Have you ever felt like your mind is constantly racing, like 1,000 thoughts are tugging at you from every direction, yet you cannot find a single moment of peace? Perhaps your nights are restless, your sleep interrupted by fleeting anxieties, or your moods swing unexpectedly without any clear reason. If you have crossed the threshold of 35, these feelings may not be random or merely the stress of daily life. They may be your body quietly signaling a subtle shift in one of the most essential hormones that keeps you calm, centered, and emotionally balanced: progesterone. This vital hormone, often overlooked in casual conversation, plays a profound role in women's health, not only governing reproductive functions, but also acting as a natural tranquilizer for the mind and a stabilizer for the emotions. As women age, particularly after 35, progesterone levels tend to decline at a pace that often surpasses that of estrogen, creating a hormonal imbalance that can ripple through every facet of life. Understanding this transformation is crucial, for in awareness lies the power to act, to reclaim equilibrium, and to nurture both mind and body during a stage of life that is meant to be rich with wisdom, vitality, and fulfillment. Progesterone is sometimes called the calming hormone for very good reason. It interacts directly with neurotransmitters in the brain, especially GABA, which is responsible for reducing neural excitability and promoting feelings of relaxation and serenity. When progesterone levels drop, GABA's soothing influence diminishes, leaving women more susceptible to anxiety, irritability, and heightened emotional responses. Sleep, too, becomes a battlefield when progesterone wanes. This hormone encourages the onset of deep, restorative sleep by influencing the body's natural circadian rhythms and regulating melatonin production. Without adequate progesterone, insomnia can silently creep in, creating nights of tossing and turning, only to spill into days of fatigue, diminished concentration, and persistent stress. It is not simply about mood swings or occasional sleepless nights. It is a biochemical shift that quietly undermines your sense of stability, leaving you vulnerable to the pressures of daily life and the unrelenting pace of modern society. Recognizing these changes is the first step toward transformation. By noticing the early signs, irregular menstrual cycles, heightened tension, brain fog, and trouble unwinding, women can take proactive measures before the imbalance deepens into more serious health complications. The journey through a progesterone decline is often subtle, and therein lies its danger. Many women assume that sleepless nights, sudden irritability, or unexplainable anxiety are merely part of getting older, never realizing that these experiences are rooted in a hormonal foundation that can be nurtured and supported. Dr. Felice Gersh, a respected expert in women's health, emphasizes that maintaining healthy progesterone levels after 35 is not solely about fertility. It is about emotional resilience, metabolic stability, and long-term wellness. She highlights that hormonal balance is intimately tied to overall quality of life, influencing everything from weight management and energy levels to the regulation of blood pressure and the preservation of cardiovascular health. When progesterone dips, it can also disrupt estrogen's delicate harmony, contributing to symptoms that can feel overwhelming: night sweats, hot flashes, tension headaches, and sudden mood fluctuations. Yet, while the decline may appear inevitable, the key lies in understanding the body's signals, implementing supportive lifestyle habits, and seeking informed guidance when necessary. There is no need to resign oneself to discomfort or diminished vitality. Rather, knowledge becomes empowerment, allowing women to reclaim a sense of agency over their physical, emotional, and mental well-being. In addition to its neurological and emotional benefits, progesterone is a silent architect of metabolic balance. This hormone influences insulin sensitivity, the regulation of blood sugar, and the distribution of fat throughout the body. When progesterone is in decline, these systems can falter, resulting in unexplained weight gain, cravings for sugar, and difficulties in maintaining energy throughout the day. These changes are not merely cosmetic. They reflect a deeper biochemical imbalance that, if left unchecked, can increase the risk of chronic health conditions. What makes this situation even more challenging is that progesterone's decline often occurs gradually. Women may feel the cumulative effects without immediately recognizing the underlying cause, attributing irritability, sleepless nights, or low energy to external stressors rather than an internal hormonal shift. This slow, silent evolution of imbalance can create a profound sense of confusion, where one's body seems unfamiliar or even betraying, leaving women yearning for answers they may not yet have. Awareness, therefore, is the first step toward restoration. a recognition that the body's signals are not adversaries, but guides, quietly urging attention, care, and actionable strategies to restore harmony. Even the smallest interventions can have a meaningful impact when progesterone begins to wane. Nutritional choices, stress management, movement, and targeted supplementation under medical supervision can all support the body in maintaining equilibrium. Foods rich in zinc, magnesium, and vitamin B6, for instance, provide foundational support for hormone production, while mindfulness practices, meditation, and restorative movement, such as yoga or gentle stretching, can reduce cortisol levels and enhance the natural calming effects of progesterone. Dr. Felice Gersh emphasizes that combining scientific insight with conscious lifestyle adjustments creates a comprehensive approach to managing hormonal health. It is not about chasing a perfect number or striving for artificial normalcy. It is about cultivating a body and mind that function optimally together in rhythm and alignment with the natural processes of life. By acknowledging the hormonal transition after 35, women can approach it not with fear or resignation, but with curiosity, respect, and intention, transforming what may initially appear as a challenge into an opportunity for growth, self-care, and deeper understanding of their own biology. The decline of progesterone after 35 is more than a biological shift. It is a call to mindfulness, an invitation to attune to the body's wisdom and embrace practices that honor emotional, mental, and physical health. It is the subtle reminder that life after 35 does not signal a loss of vitality, but rather a transition that requires awareness, adaptation, and intentional care. By identifying the signs, seeking knowledge, and implementing small but consistent habits, women can mitigate the effects of progesterone decline and reclaim a state of calm, focus, and resilience. This journey is not about perfection. It is about understanding, supporting, and nurturing the self with compassion and clarity. The moment you recognize that your anxiety, sleepless nights, or irritability may stem from a natural hormonal shift, you gain power over your experience, the ability to act intentionally, and the chance to restore balance in a world that often pulls women in conflicting directions. Imagine for a moment waking up one day and realizing that the woman you once knew, energetic, focused, calm, and centered, feels distant, as if your body and mind are no longer aligned with one another. Tasks that once seemed effortless now feel overwhelming, and even small challenges ignite disproportionate stress. This creeping imbalance is subtle at first, a whisper that your inner equilibrium is shifting, but over time it grows louder, insistent, impossible to ignore. Many women describe it as an invisible weight pressing down, a constant hum of anxiety, fatigue, or restlessness that colors every moment of life. This is the reality of declining progesterone after 35, a hormone that, while often undervalued, holds the blueprint for emotional stability, restful sleep, and the seamless regulation of countless bodily systems. The challenge is that these changes rarely announce themselves dramatically. They sneak in slowly, almost imperceptibly, until suddenly one morning you recognize that your emotional compass no longer points north. And it is precisely in this moment of subtle disorientation, of quiet uncertainty, that the opportunity for transformation arises. Because awareness, coupled with deliberate action, can restore a sense of calm, resilience, and strength that you may have thought was slipping away forever. Progesterone's decline carries consequences that ripple far beyond mood and sleep. It quietly alters the very chemistry of your brain, reducing the production of calming neurotransmitters and leaving the nervous system in a heightened state of alert. Anxiety becomes a familiar companion, insomnia a recurring visitor, and irritability a shadow that colors everyday interactions. Even the simplest decisions may feel daunting, as your body and mind no longer operate in harmonious rhythm. And yet, amidst this storm, there lies a profound lesson. The body is never cruel, it is simply communicating its needs. Dr. Felice Gersh teaches that by recognizing these signs, women can reclaim control, realign with their natural rhythms, and cultivate a sense of wellness that transcends mere symptom management. She emphasizes that the decline of progesterone is not a signal of weakness, nor is it a limitation on one's vitality. Instead, it is an invitation to engage in deeper self-awareness, to listen closely to the signals your body sends, and to create intentional strategies that support emotional, physical, and hormonal balance. It is through this attentive, proactive approach that women can turn what may feel like a silent crisis into an empowering journey of self-care and renewal. As the days progress and progesterone continues its gradual decline, many women notice that stress begins to linger longer than before. Situations that previously passed without much thought now leave lasting tension, as if the body refuses to let go of its worries. Sleep, the natural restorative process, becomes fragmented. Falling asleep may take hours, waking in the middle of the night becomes routine, and the deep, replenishing rest that once recharged your energy feels increasingly elusive. This creates a feedback loop, as chronic lack of sleep exacerbates anxiety, undermines metabolism, and diminishes mental clarity. The very foundation of well-being begins to feel unstable. And it is at this juncture, in the thick of uncertainty, that many women feel a sense of despair or resignation, believing that this is an inevitable consequence of aging. Yet nothing could be further from the truth. Understanding the biological mechanisms at play, the specific hormonal pathways and feedback loops influenced by progesterone, is the key to breaking free from this cycle. Knowledge transforms fear into empowerment, enabling women to implement practical, evidence-based interventions to support hormone production, restore calm, and reestablish mental clarity. Suspense builds not in the external world, but internally, within the intricate, delicate dance of hormones that govern our emotions, sleep, and vitality. As progesterone declines, it not only affects the brain, but also impacts cardiovascular function, bone density, and metabolic efficiency. Subtle signs such as unexplained fatigue, mood swings, and difficulty maintaining a healthy weight may indicate deeper shifts that, if unaddressed, can create more significant health challenges down the line. The suspense lies in the silent nature of these changes, the danger that comes from unawareness, that the body's whispers are mistaken for normalcy. Yet within this tension lies tremendous potential. The very moment a woman realizes that her restlessness, irritability, or sleep disturbances are not random or inevitable, she gains a measure of control. She can choose to respond thoughtfully, to engage with her biology rather than resist it, and to restore balance in ways that enhance her life rather than diminish it. Awareness becomes a shield, curiosity a guide, and proactive care a source of empowerment. It is in this liminal space, between uncertainty and understanding, that transformation truly begins. Medical guidance plays a critical role in navigating these hormonal shifts. While lifestyle modifications can provide substantial support, consultation with a qualified healthcare professional is essential to assess hormone levels accurately, explore personalized interventions, and implement safe, effective strategies for restoring balance. Dr. Felice Gersh underscores that hormone health is not a one-size-fits-all journey. What works for one woman may differ for another, and the key lies in individualized care combined with consistent lifestyle support. Nutritional adjustments, targeted supplementation, stress reduction techniques, and restorative movement practices all contribute to creating an environment in which progesterone can function optimally. The cumulative effect of these strategies is profound. Improved sleep, reduced anxiety, enhanced energy, stabilized moods, and a renewed sense of connection with one's body and mind. Each small, intentional step compounds over time, creating momentum toward a state of hormonal and emotional equilibrium. It is also essential to consider the subtle ways in which daily habits influence hormonal balance. Chronic stress, poor dietary choices, sedentary behavior, and exposure to environmental toxins can all amplify progesterone decline and intensify symptoms. Conversely, intentional strategies such as incorporating stress reduction practices, eating nutrient-dense whole foods, engaging in moderate physical activity, and prioritizing restorative sleep can protect and support progesterone production. Dr. Felice Gersh highlights that women who adopt these practices not only experience relief from anxiety and sleep disturbances, but also foster resilience that supports long-term health and well-being. The suspense here is the recognition that, while the decline of progesterone may seem inevitable, its consequences are not predetermined. With knowledge, awareness, and deliberate action, women can navigate this transition with grace, strength, and a sense of empowerment that transforms challenges into opportunities for growth. Ultimately, the story of progesterone decline after 35 is not one of loss, but of awakening. It is a call to attune deeply to the body, to recognize the signals that often go unnoticed, and to respond with informed, compassionate action. The suspense of this journey, the uncertainty, the subtle shifts, the hidden consequences serves not to instill fear, but to awaken awareness. By embracing this moment, women gain the chance to reclaim emotional stability, restore restful sleep, and cultivate a harmonious connection between body and mind. Every step taken to support progesterone, from dietary choices to lifestyle adjustments and medical guidance, becomes a declaration of self-respect, a commitment to wellness, and an investment in a life of vitality, clarity, and calm. Awareness transforms suspense into purpose, and purpose ignites action, guiding women toward a renewed sense of balance and empowerment that radiates through every aspect of life. As you step into this next phase of life, it is crucial to understand that the decline of progesterone after 35 is not a verdict, but rather a signal, a guiding light drawing attention to the intricate balance that governs your mind, body, and spirit. The subtle changes that ripple through your emotions, energy, and overall well-being are not random, nor are they a punishment of age. They are an invitation to deepen your awareness and to embrace intentional self-care. Many women feel caught off guard when they experience heightened anxiety, sleepless nights, or unexpected mood shifts, believing these symptoms to be an unavoidable consequence of aging. Yet the reality is far more empowering. By understanding the physiological foundation behind these experiences, you gain insight, clarity, and the power to influence outcomes rather than be swept along by circumstances. Dr. Felice Gersh emphasizes that progesterone is far more than a reproductive hormone. It is a guardian of emotional resilience, a stabilizer of energy, and a key player in overall metabolic health. Recognizing the importance of this hormone enables women to approach life with intention and to cultivate habits that support mental clarity, emotional equilibrium, and physical vitality. The truth about hormonal health is that it thrives in the presence of balance, attention, and care. When progesterone is supported through a combination of lifestyle practices, dietary strategies, stress management, and medical guidance when necessary, women often experience profound transformations. Anxiety begins to fade, sleep becomes restorative once again, and the subtle fog of fatigue lifts, revealing a renewed sense of energy and focus. The suspense that previously seemed daunting, the unpredictability of emotions, the restless nights, the nagging feeling that something is off, gives way to clarity, stability, and a sense of empowerment. The journey requires patience and consistent effort, but each intentional choice compounds, reinforcing the body's natural capacity to regulate hormones and restore balance. Nutrient-rich foods, including those abundant in magnesium, vitamin B6, and healthy fats, support the body's production of progesterone, while mindful practices like meditation, journaling, or gentle movement reduce cortisol levels and create space for natural relaxation. Every action, no matter how small, contributes to a cascade of positive outcomes, reminding women that they are not passive observers in their health, but active participants capable of meaningful change. Moreover, the decline of progesterone is an opportunity to reframe how women view aging, wellness, and self-care. It is a moment to shift focus from limitations to possibilities, from frustration to proactive empowerment. While many feel a sense of vulnerability when confronted with hormonal changes, there is a powerful truth underlying this transition. Knowledge transforms uncertainty into confidence, and conscious action transforms imbalance into vitality. Dr. Felice Gersh underscores the importance of approaching this phase with both scientific understanding and personal compassion, recognizing that each woman's experience is unique and the strategies that yield success are deeply individual. This combination of insight and self-awareness allows women to navigate challenges with grace, to anticipate symptoms before they escalate, and to cultivate resilience that extends beyond hormonal health into every aspect of life. The body, in its intricate design, is a mirror of both past choices and present intentions, and understanding how progesterone interacts with the mind, nervous system, and metabolism illuminates pathways for lasting well-being. There is also a psychological dimension to consider, one that is often overlooked but profoundly influential. As progesterone declines, the nervous system may become hyperactive, leaving women more susceptible to overthinking, chronic worry, and emotional fatigue. The suspense of not knowing why these changes are occurring can heighten stress and diminish confidence. Yet awareness itself is transformative. By learning to recognize these patterns, understand their biochemical roots, and respond with supportive strategies, women reclaim authority over their mental and emotional landscape. Practices such as mindful breathing, consistent sleep schedules, and engagement in activities that foster joy and relaxation are not merely comforting. They are essential tools in stabilizing the nervous system and amplifying progesterone's calming effects. Lifestyle interventions, when applied consistently, reinforce the body's natural rhythms, restore emotional balance, and cultivate a sense of resilience that allows women to approach life with renewed confidence, clarity, and purpose. The path to hormonal balance is also a journey of empowerment and self-trust. Understanding the signals of progesterone decline equips women to engage in conversations with healthcare providers, seek targeted guidance, and explore safe interventions that align with their unique needs. Medical assessments, hormone testing, and personalized treatment plans, combined with nutrition, stress management, and supportive lifestyle habits, create a holistic framework for sustained well-being. Dr. Felice Gersh emphasizes that these steps are not signs of weakness, but of wisdom, a recognition that proactive engagement with one's health yields exponential benefits for emotional stability, sleep quality, metabolic function, and overall vitality. By taking ownership of this process, women transform what may initially feel like a period of vulnerability into a season of strength, insight, and self-mastery. Each informed decision, each intentional habit, reinforces the body's capacity to thrive and signals a commitment to honoring both mind and body during a pivotal stage of life. As this journey unfolds, it becomes clear that progesterone's influence extends beyond the physical. Its decline impacts identity, self-perception, and how women engage with the world. Heightened stress or emotional reactivity may feel isolating, yet when approached with understanding, these experiences become a roadmap for deeper self-awareness. Women learn to recognize triggers, respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, and implement practices that cultivate calm and resilience. Nutritional support, regular movement, mindfulness exercises, and consistent self-reflection coalesce to create a lifestyle that actively promotes hormonal equilibrium. Each element, be it a nutrient-dense meal, a restorative walk in nature, or a brief period of meditation, becomes a thread in the fabric of wellness, reinforcing the body's innate capacity to maintain balance and empowering women to reclaim a sense of agency over their health. Ultimately, the decline of progesterone after 35 is not a narrative of loss, but a profound opportunity for growth, awareness, and empowerment. By embracing this moment, understanding the intricate interplay between hormones, and taking deliberate, informed action, women can restore calm, enhance resilience, and cultivate a life of clarity and vitality. Awareness transforms uncertainty into strength. Action transforms imbalance into equilibrium, and self-compassion transforms challenge into opportunity. The journey is deeply personal, yet universal in its impact, a commitment to honoring the body's needs, listening to its signals, and responding with care, knowledge, and intention. This process fosters not only emotional stability and restful sleep, but also renewed energy, improved metabolic health, and a deepened sense of connection with oneself. Every step taken in support of progesterone health is a declaration of self-respect, a testament to resilience, and a celebration of life lived intentionally and fully. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.